This week's cool tool is one that, well, maybe I should have done a long time ago, because it is a tool that I've used for quite a number of years, ever since it first started beta testing, and also is one that I refer to very regularly, at least once a week, probably more. And you've probably heard me talk about it before, which is one of the reasons I haven't mentioned it in Cool Tools yet or featured it. Because Market Samurai I mention regularly in posts, particularly in the Need a Niche posts, for example. But also if you've read our blog with some of the tools we recommend, you will see a recommendation for Market Samurai. Other people have their favourite keyword tool, but for me it's definitely Market Samurai for a number of reasons. First of all is the breadth of what it offers, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. But also because the team at Market Samurai are always on top of changes, because the whole point of Market Samurai is that it actually is drawing its data from somewhere else, mainly Google. So, you can't complain about the data that Market Samurai is bringing back in terms of the numbers. It is taking those from Google's data itself and interpreting it for you in various ways. So if they know that Google is making a change soon, they've announced a change to their algorithms or an update to the keyword tool, or if a change suddenly happens, the team at Market Samurai are on it immediately, and you know that there will be an update very, very quickly on Market Samurai to match those changes. On top of that, Market Samurai team, or the team at Noble Samurai who produce Market Samurai, offer some of the best customer service I have ever come across. So you can guarantee you will get a decent response to any queries you have, any support tickets you raise. And on top of that, they've got the dojo, which is essentially a lot of videos teaching you how to use Market Samurai. And for that reason, I'm not going to go into huge detail teaching you how to use Market Samurai. I just want to give you an overview of the tool as a whole. So let's say we wanted to start a new project. Let's say I was going to research a topic for Need a Niche, and I've thought of one. So I'm going to type the keywords in, and I'm going to make the title the same, and it will create a file for me automatically on my computer. Now I can choose different languages, I can choose all countries and territories, or I can narrow it down to a different country, and one I use a lot obviously is the United Kingdom, but in this case all countries and territories. You can choose to include or not adult content. We're going to say not at the moment, and just click create, and this will open up a new project. And as you can see, lots of options, but the first thing we want to do is go to keyword research. Now I've got my Market Samurai linked to my Google account so that I can use the Google keyword tool, because that means that they can draw more keywords back from the Google keyword tool, which is where they're getting their information from. So I've linked that in already. I'm going to do a search. I'm not interested in one-word results, and I'm probably going to limit it to 5-word results, although tend not to get anything beyond that. If you do, it's usually something fairly random, so I'm just going to click generate keywords. And that's essentially going to Google and finding all the relevant keywords that Google links to vintage sewing machines. Now that's brought back 571 keywords that are linked to vintage sewing machines in the eyes of Google. So we're going to go to keyword analysis. We could export that just to start off with. Now, Market Samurai has a number of filters. At the moment it's using the golden rules filter, so it's looking for anything with competition of less than 30,000, and this is essentially the total number of web pages that mention that specific keyword term. So we want less than 30,000. It's saying it's going to bring back search engine traffic of more of 80 minimum. Well, search engine traffic is the estimated amount of traffic you would get from the search engines if you were in the number one position. So that's not the total searches, that's if you were in number one on Google, you should hope to get this amount back. Now, it's not always right, and you have to test these things, but that's what it's saying. Phrase to broad, that's PBR of minimum 15, which is the percentage of phrase match searches out of the broad match searches for this keyword. Essentially, it's saying 15% or more of the keywords are in this order for this phrase, if that makes sense to you. We've got SEO value and all that. I'm actually going to get rid of SEO value. I'm going to get rid of trends. I just want to do a basic search. I'm going to get rid of that as well. Sometimes it's useful to have SEO value and things like that if you're looking for profitable niches, because that gives you some idea of what the traffic is worth, what the search engine traffic is worth in terms of if you were having to pay for it on Google AdWords. So it gives an estimate of that and what you could potentially make from that traffic. Okay, I'm just going to order these in order from the top. As you can see, with those filters already in place, it's already narrowed those keywords down to 92. And when we click Analyze Keywords, it's going to bring back the competition for us so we can judge how much competition there is. And as I said, it's set at 30,000, so we'll only see anything with competition under 30,000. In fact, I'm going to change that to 50 just to give you a broader look. Let's click Analyze Keywords. And that has brought back quite a nice number. I've got 13 that still fit those criteria. So potentially this could be a niche you might want to pursue if you're interested in sewing machines. Some of them obviously have brought back what I would suggest is a brand name. I don't know, because I don't know much about sewing machines, so I'd have to look into it. Certainly Singer is a brand name, and Toyota. So you might want to have a little look at those, because you don't want to be targeting trademark names in your domain. But once you've got those, once you've had a look, maybe done some other searches, you know, for example, say sewing machine price looks quite good. Let's click on that. That will open up a new tab, and you can do the same searches all over again on your keyword research. But let's look at some of the other things it offers. SEO competition, that's what we've just run the SEO competition, but this will actually show us the sites that are in the top 10 ranking best for the phrase vintage sewing machines. And as I said, you can do this with all the different terms if you open up a new tab. So we're going to generate the results. It's got a bit stuck on 99%. That's fine. Just want to show you a few things. I don't tend to worry about Google cache age. Don't tend to worry about index count. Not too fussed about domain backlinks. More concerned about backlinks to the page. This essentially shows you what you need to do in order to rank in the top 10 for vintage sewing machines. And it shows you the sites you've got to beat, both from an off-page SEO point of view and an on-page SEO point of view. Backlinks to the page, you know, some of them quite high, and we've also got a couple with good domain age, some with some good PR. But when you look at the on-page SEO, most of them not doing very well at all. So that's what you would look at next. If you decided to go ahead with it, then you've got the opportunity of searching for domains which contain your keywords. And I've got mine hooked in to domain face, which means it brings back a lot more aged domains as well, so that I can see all the details I need to see. And if you haven't checked out Domain Samurai, then we did feature it as a cool tool in the past, and you can find out more on the blog, and I'll give you the details for that on the blog. Also, you can look at how to monetize it. So you want to find products from Amazon, Commission Junction, Pay.com and ClickBank. So just do a search for Amazon and it will bring back as many relevant products as possible. You can see various ones you might want to use to test the niche to sell. For example, probably looking more towards the sewing machines, but of course vintage sewing machines there probably won't be many of. There's a miniature vintage look sewing machine, so we could add that to our list up here. Or we could broaden the search by just doing sewing machines and doing fine products. And that would give us a wider range of products. So we've got a sewing machine there, we could add that. You can find content that's written on the subject around the internet. You can publish content onto your own site. And also, once you've bought your website, you can add it to your rank tracker, add your keywords, and you can keep a track of how well it's doing online as it heads up the Google ranks, hopefully, maybe down occasionally as well. So that's a general overview of Market Samurai. So much I could tell you about it, which again is part of the reason why I haven't featured it on our Cool Tools series, because there's just so much I could cover with it. But hopefully that's given you a good idea of some of the many tasks it can make easy for you online, and go and check it out. As I said, lots of people will recommend different keyword tools to you, but this, as well as being a great keyword tool, is a great research tool as well for your niches and for your websites, for your blog posts, all those things that you might want to research online. You've got your keyword research there, but you've got all sorts of other things like competition, monetization, rank tracking, all included in this one very useful tool.